Okay. Hello. Yeah, we will start the class. Okay. How are you all? How are you all? Good evening. Fine. Okay. I'm very good. I'm very good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Okay. So have you studied this chapter, crop protection and management in your school? Yes. Okay. This is a very first chapter, right? So I think you all are very well like aware of this chapter. Do you have any doubts in this chapter, or is this chapter very easy to study, or is it very difficult? It's okay. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. Is it not very nice? Or it's just okay only? Both. Okay, yeah. So we have come to the revision classes of Manorama Horizon. So we are going to start this revision classes from today. So I'll be dealing with you for this for the next three, like the first three chapters revision classes. Myself, I'm Anna. So I'll be teaching you, or I'll be taking through all these three chapters: crop protection and management, then microorganisms, and then the conservation of plants and animals. So we will start with this chapter today: crop protection and management. Okay. Anyway, you already know what are the things that are being studied, or that are being learned in this chapter, right? So here in this class, we are going to cover these concepts: agricultural practices, then preparation of soil, sowing, adding manures and fertilizers, irrigation, weeding, harvesting, storage, animal husbandry. There are lot many terms here, right? There are many terms here. So like, I know it's very easy for you. So we will start this. Yeah. How many of you have a agricultural background for your family? Just an agricultural background, or your father maybe a farmer or a planter? How many of you have this agricultural background? Me. Okay, actually you have. Yeah, my uncle is a farmer. My grandfather was. My grandfather. Yeah, my father is also. For me, my father is also a planter. So we know what a crop is. We know what a, yeah, my grandfather. Yes, I saw your message. Okay, so we know all, like we all have some sort of agricultural background, right? Anyway, like at least we will have just a small plant in our house, right? So yeah, we are going to deal with how these agricultural practices are being done nowadays, or how these agricultural practices are being done, are already done in the traditional way. Okay, so we know that the food we eat, like the apple, banana, grapes, the bread we eat, fish, meat, everything, everything we eat. For example, the bread we eat. Okay, we make this bread from wheat. Okay, we make this bread from wheat. So this is from plants. We know that we depend on plants for our daily life. We depend on plants for our food. And how do plants make their food? How do plants make their food? That's a simple process. How do plants make their food? Do anyone of you know about that? By, yes, very good. By photosynthesis. Yes. So plants make the food with the help of a process called photosynthesis. Yes, very good, very good. Very responsive students. I have a very huge number of very responsive students. I'm happy for that. Thank you. So photosynthesis is a process by which plants makes their food. Okay. So in order to produce this food in a large scale, we just have to look onto, or we just have to provide this food for large scale for a population with the help of these three practices. Okay, regular production. Regular production, that means we need a regular production of this food and a proper management. So proper management, what does it mean? Proper management. If we just like plant a tree, or if we just plant a crop, if we do not manage them properly, do we get a large scale of this food? Do we get a large scale of this food? Absolutely no. So we have to properly manage this food. Okay, and finally proper distribution. Okay, proper distribution of food. So in order to provide food for large scale population, we just have to remember these three things. Okay, regular production, proper management, and proper distribution. Okay, and what do you mean by a crop? Yeah, as you have already studied in this chapter, you have already studied in your classes. What do you mean by a crop? Crop is the same kind of plants cultivated together on a large scale. So if consider this is a piece of land. Okay, and we have a wheat plant here, and we have a rice plant here, and we have a fruit tree here, and we have a vegetable here. Can we consider this as a crop? Can we consider this as a crop? This is wheat, this is rice, this is a fruit plant, and this is vegetable? No, absolutely no. If we want to consider this piece of land being cultivated for a crop, there should be the same kind of plants. If this is wheat, the whole plant should be wheat. Okay, so this can be considered as a crop. The same kind of plants cultivated together on a large scale. Okay. Yes, Amreen, very good. Crops are grown together and all the plants are the same. Very good, very responsive. Thank you so much. So, now there are two types of crops. Okay, these two types of crops are based on the season with which they grow. You already know this chapter, so I'm just going through all the topics. Okay, so based on the season in which these plants are sown or grown, there are two types of crops. One is kharif crops and the other is rabi crops. So what do you mean by kharif crops? Can any one of you tell me in the comment box? What do you mean by a kharif crop? Is kharif crop grown or sown in summer or rainy season? There are just two options. Someone just dropped a message and he just deleted. Grown in, very good, very good. Grown in rainy season. Yes, rainy season. Very good. So kharif crops are the crops that are grown or sown in rainy season. And what is in the case of rabi crops? Rabi crops is are they grown in rainy or summer season? Absolutely, they are grown in summer. Yes, summer season. Rabi crops. Okay, they are grown in summer season. Okay, so these are the two basic types of crops that are grown: kharif crops and rabi crops. So, and what are the months, the duration of this sowing of the seeds for kharif crop? It is from June to September, because the rainy season in India is from June to September. So the kharif crops are grown in June to September. And what about this rabi crops? It is from October to March. Okay, it is from October to March. Yes, very good. Everyone is actively responding. Thank you so much. Okay, so these are the two types of crops: kharif crops and rabi crops. Okay, is it clear? And these are the examples of some kharif crops and rabi crops. And can I ask you a question? Why this paddy is considered as a kharif crop? Because yeah, absolutely, it is because this rainy paddy is sown or grown in rainy season. Okay, like why this paddy is not grown in winter season? Why this paddy crop is not grown in winter season? Can this paddy crop be grown in winter season? Or why? It can't grow in winter because yes. It can't grow in winter. That is the correct answer. But what is the reason it cannot grow in winter? Because it needs a lot of water for their growth. It needs a lot of water for their growth. So that is why this paddy is grown in rainy season only. Okay. So these are some examples of kharif crops: paddy, maize, then soya bean. These are another examples. Okay. And for this rabi crops, what are these examples? Wheat, barley, pea, gram, etc. Okay, mustard, etc. Okay, so these are the basic difference between kharif crops and rabi crops. Is this clear? Everyone, is it clear? Yes. Okay. Rabi crops are grown in summer season only. Okay. There are some other category called zaid crops. So that is you don't want to deal with that. Okay. So these are the two types of crops: kharif crops and rabi crops. Just deal with that. Okay. Now, these are the agricultural practices. Okay. These are some cheat sheet biology cards that we are providing in our website. So I think you all are familiar with this. Okay. So these are the agricultural practices. Preparation of soil. What are the agricultural step-by-step practices that are being practiced here? So the first step is preparation of soil. The second step is sowing. Third step is adding manure and fertilizers. Fourth step is irrigation. Fifth step is weeding. Sixth is harvesting. Seven is threshing and winnowing. And the eighth is storage. So these are the 8 agricultural practices. Okay, so you all are familiar with all of these agricultural practices. I'm pretty sure about that. So we will deal with all of this one by one. Okay, so what is these kids doing here? What is this kids doing here? You can see 2 kids. They are one is using this shovel, and he's just loosening the soil, and the other is the other kid is planting a tree. So what is this they are doing? What is the step they are doing here? Planting, yeah. Preparation of soil. It's very good. It is preparation of soil. Okay, they are making the soil bed loosened or turned in order for the plants to grow. Okay, so what is the significance, or what is the reason behind this? Why we are turning and loosening the soil, or why we are preparing the soil? Okay, that is what we are going to deal now. Okay, so this is preparation of soil. And what they are doing here is that they turn the soil and loosen it. They turn the soil. What is this turning? They are turning the soil and loosening it. So what is the use of turning the soil and loosening it? What is the use of turning the soil and loosening it? Can we just push it up and loosen it? Is it necessary for the soil to be turned? Why we are doing that turning? Why we are doing turning? I'll tell you. That is because we know that yes, to break the crumbs. It is also correct. But we know that if this is a soil surface, okay, towards the deeper sides, there will be waste materials that is being decomposed, waste materials of plants or animals that are being decomposed. Okay, so in order to make that, or in order to bring that nutrients or that dead organic matter to the topmost portion of the soil, we are turning the soil. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Yes, I'm getting the response. Is it clear? Every one of you can answer that. Yes. Yes? Okay. Okay, very good. So I hope it is very clear for you, because the soil towards the deeper portion of the soil, But rabi crop is a summer crop. Okay. Rabi crop is a summer crop. Okay. So towards the deeper portion of the soil, there will be more plant or animal waste materials that are being degraded. Okay, that are being degraded. Okay, so these nutrients, and they produces humus, or they produces nutrients, and these nutrients should be brought to the upper surface or the topmost soil. That is why we are turning that soil and loosening it. Okay, is it clear? So, and also it allows the roots to penetrate deep into the soil. If we are loosening the soil, the roots or the roots of the plants that are being grown, when these roots are growing, no, these roots can penetrate deep into the soil if they are loosened. What if they are tight? The roots cannot penetrate. The roots cannot breathe. Okay, so this loosening, it allows the roots to penetrate deep into the soil. And also it helps in the growth of earthworms and microbes present in the soil. What are earthworms? There is some another tag name for this earthworms. Do you know? Anyone of you know about that? Earthworms do have a tag regarding with respect to farmers. That's a tag for earthworms. Very good, very good, and very good. Okay, so earthworms are called friends of farmers. Why they are called friends of farmers? Why these earthworms are called friends of farmers? Are they just holding the hands of farmers and they are just doing this loosening? Is it like that? Why they are called friends of farmers? Because these earthworms and microbes present in the soil, they decompose the waste materials and they produces humus. That is a nutrient-rich organic component. So these humus are produced by earthworms. That is why these earthworms are called friends of farmers. Is it clear? It helps it helps in fertility of soil, or it improves the fertility of soil. Very good answer. Very good answer. Okay. So I hope this is clear. This preparation of soil is clear for you. Is it clear, everyone? Yeah, this is a revision class. So yeah, I hope I can go a little faster. Okay. Okay. So there is one question here. Why the soil needs to be turned and loosened? Why the soil? I just finished that topic. It's now. Why the soil needs to be turned and loosened? Very good. For aeration, or for the roots to penetrate deep into the soil, or for the roots to breathe easily. Yes, for increasing soil fertility. There are many advantages for this turning and loosening. And yes, to provide humus, or to bring the nutrient-rich soil to the top part of the soil. Okay, can we see the answer? Various nutrients in the dead organisms are released back into the soil. These nutrients are again absorbed by plants. That means this turning and loosening of soil brings the nutrient-rich soil to the top so that the plants can use these nutrients. That is what we have discussed right now. You're clear about that, right? Can I go to the next one? Yes, Isabel. Okay, thank you. Now, and this process, or this turning and loosening of soil, this process is called tilling or ploughing. Okay, tilling or ploughing. Tilling or ploughing. And what are the tools used for this tilling or ploughing? What are the tools used for tilling or ploughing? Can any one of you answer? Give some, yes. Yeah, but from the word itself, it's clear. Yes, plow. Some another example. Hoe. Yes, very good. Some another example, more examples. Now, like the modern technology uses, yes, very good. Cultivator, tractor-driven cultivator. So these are some equipments used, or these are some tools used for tilling or ploughing. Plow, hoe and cultivator. So this plow has actually a triangular beam. You can see a triangular rod, triangular strip of iron strip, and it is attached to a long log of wood. And how this is carried in the field? How this is carried in the field? Yes. Yeah, you're telling the names of these, right? So what is this part called? This triangular part called plow shaft. Yeah. You're very smart students. And this part is called plow share. Or is it inverse? Yeah. Very good. Very good. Correct. Plow shaft and plow share. Okay. Very good. So, and the next equipment is hoe. Okay, the next equipment is hoe. This is also a metal, long rod of metal, and it has this bend plate. It also has a bend plate as sharp as a blade. It works like a blade in the soil. And you know what? These, yes, beam at the edge. Very good, very good. Everyone is like answering me very actively. I'm very happy about that. So this plow, hoe, they both are actually cultivated, or they are both actually drawn by cattle or bulls. Okay. And this cultivator, they are actually drawn by, yes, tractor driven cultivators. They are tractor driven cultivators. Okay. So yeah, here you can see the image of a plow or this. You can see here now a farmer using a plow with the help of a bull, a pair of bull. Okay. Now, what are the advantages of leveling? What is leveling actually? We haven't gone through this leveling now. What is this leveling? Can you, any one of you, say what is leveling? Just as in a short phrase, you can say what is leveling. What is leveling? Level the soil. Yeah, it's very easy. Level the soil. Can you be more specific? Leveling. Yes, very good, Udiba. It is the breaking down of crumbs of soil. We know that the soil, as such, they have a lot large crumbs. Okay, so we need to just break it into small pieces and level the soil. We just need to break these pieces and level the soil so that the plants can be sown or grown in a definite manner. So that is leveling. Okay. So what are the advantages of leveling? Leveling helps to prevent. Okay. Leveling helps to prevent soil erosion caused by wind or air. They can prevent soil erosion. Okay, they can prevent soil erosion because we are just breaking this large crumbs. So soil erosion can be prevented, and it helps in sowing the seeds uniformly and thus helps the plant to grow uniformly too. If the soil is not leveled or if the soil has large crumbs, okay, we will just put the plants here and there. So the seeds we will sow the seeds here and there, and the seeds will grow. The seeds will germinate, and there will not be a specific pattern. It may not be uniform. Okay, so in order to help the plant to grow uniformly, leveling is done. It helps in proper irrigation by allowing the water to get distributed uniformly throughout the soil. This is also another advantage. Everything, they are connected. Every advantages, they are connected. Okay, so these are the basic advantages of leveling. Okay, is it clear for you? Is it clear? Very good. Akshad, very good. Deepa, yes. Okay. Explain the last part. Okay. So it helps in proper irrigation. Why it helps in proper irrigation? What is irrigation? Watering the plants, right? So if the soil is leveled, this water can move through the soil in a proper manner. Okay. So it helps in proper irrigation. And it can be, this water can be uniformly spread throughout the soil. Is it clear? Is it clear? Srinidhi? Yes. Okay. Very good. So now we'll move to the next one. Kharif crops are sown in dash season. Very simple. What is the answer? Yeah, very good. Abraham and Brinda, Akshat, rainy. Yes, very good. They are sown in rainy season. Very good. Now, which one of the following is an example of rabi crop? What is rabi crop? What is rabi crop? They are sown in summer. And which one of the following is an example of rabi crops? They are pulses. I'm sorry. Yes, they are pulses. Okay. Now, we have come across this preparation of soil. And after preparation of soil, the next step is sowing. Okay. So, what is sowing? Yeah, putting the seeds to the soil or putting the seeds to the leveled ground. Okay. Before putting the seeds or before sowing, the good quality seeds are to be selected from the whole amount of seeds or from the whole bulk of seeds. Good quality seeds should be selected. Okay. So in order for that, there is a simple technique. Okay. Sometimes you might have seen your father or your mother doing that. Yes, taking damage. Very good answer. So sometimes your father or your mother may be doing that. Sometimes you may not have noticed that. Sometimes you may have noticed that. So in order to find out the good quality seeds, they will just put the seeds in a cup of water. And if the seeds are damaged, okay, if the seeds are damaged, the seeds will float because there is nothing. The seeds will be hollow. There will be nothing in the seed. So there will be no density. So that the seeds will float. Okay, here you can see the seeds will float. Okay, so these are dead seeds. And if the seeds are very good quality or if the seeds are very viable, they will have something in that. Okay, so they are denser and they will not float. Okay, so that is how we can find out the very good. Everyone is answering in the chat box. Okay. So viable seeds and dead seeds. Okay. So this is sowing. This is a traditional method of sowing. In the traditional method of sowing, I'm going a little faster. Okay. In the traditional method of soil, there will be a funnel. There is a funnel here and the farmer can put the seeds here and there will be a sharp edge here. So in order to just make a hole and put the seed there. Okay, so this is a traditional method and the new method, the modern method includes seed drill. Okay, why seed drill is done? What is the advantage of using this seed drill? It actually ensures that the seeds are properly covered by soil. The seeds are fully covered by soil. This seed drill, actually, they will keep the seeds in a proper depth only. Okay, they will keep the seeds in a, yeah, very good. The seeds should not be picked up by birds. Okay, seed will protect seeds from birds. Yes, so that the birds cannot see the seed. Okay, it is put in a proper depth. And if the seeds are not too in a proper depth, if they are sown in a shallow shallow depth, what will happen? The seeds will not be covered by soil. And if they are too deep, if they are extra deep, what will happen? The sunlight cannot be reflected to the soil or the seeds cannot get enough sunlight for germination. Okay, so it should be sown in a proper depth. Okay, so that is seed drill. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Can I move to next one? Yes. Okay. So we will move on to next one. This is a question. Why is it critical to put seeds at the proper depth? I just told you about this. Why is it crucial to put seeds at the proper depth? If the seed is too shallow, or if imagine this is a soil, okay, this is a land. If the seed is too shallow, it cannot be properly covered by soil. Okay, so that the seed cannot germinate. And if the seeds are put in higher depths, what will happen? They cannot get enough sunlight. The sunlight will not reach here and they cannot properly germinate. Okay, so that is the reason why the seeds should be kept at a proper depth to compensate these two. Okay. Shallow means it's not too depth. It's not too depth. Okay. It's not too depth. It's just at the top surface only. Okay. Yes. So the seeds won't receive enough sunshine to germinate if it is planted too deeply. The seeds won't receive enough soil to sustain germination if it is placed too shallow. The depth for sowing seed also depends upon the seed size. Is it clear? Why is it crucial to put seeds at the proper depth? I'm sorry. Is it clear for you? Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. So the next question is, what will happen if field is not plowed before sowing the seeds? If the field is not plowed before sowing the seeds, what will happen? What will happen? What will happen? Ah, yes. Very good answer. Crumbs will be there. There will be soil crumbs left, and also there will be no proper nutrients in soil. Because these nutrients present in the deeper depths cannot be it is not brought up to the surface. So the proper nutrients will not be available, and also the seeds cannot be sown at proper depth also if it is not plowed before sowing. Okay, so these are the three reasons, three things that will happen if the field is not plowed before sowing. Okay, very good. Everyone's answer is Devabala. It's correct. Okay, very good. So yes, the next step here is adding manures and fertilizers. Okay, what do you mean by manuring? So why manuring is done? Why manuring is done? Okay, if this is a piece of land, if we continuously cultivate without any gap, there will be loss of nutrients. The nutrients which will be exploited. It will be loose. It will be lost from the soil. So in order to replenish the soil with additional amount of nutrients, manuring is done. Okay. So there are this manure is actually natural, but the fertilizers, it is not natural. It is man-made. Okay, that is the difference between manures and fertilizers. Okay. Okay, is it clear? Okay. Everyone is giving me the answer. I'm too happy. Thank you so much. Yes. Fertilizers are made of chemicals. Yes. So these are the difference between fertilizers and manures. Fertilizers, they are obtained from inorganic source. They are chemicals and they are man-made. Okay. And manures, they are obtained by decomposition of dead plants and animals. Dead plants and animals. Okay. Manures are obtained by the decomposition of dead plants and animals. And you know how these manures are created by farmers. How these manures are created by farmers. How these farmers create manures. Do you have any idea about that? Consider this is a pit. Okay. Yeah, I got the answer through. Yes, very good. Everyone is too smart. Yeah, very good. Okay. So consider this is a pit. Okay. And this farmer, here there's a farmer. Okay. This is not a farmer. This is an imaginary farmer. He will be dumping all the animal waste and plant waste here. Okay. And after a few days or after a couple of weeks, these waste will be converted into what? Manure. Why? How it is converted to manure? With the help of microbes. Okay, with the help of microbes. And these provides humus to the soil. Manures provides humus to the soil, but fertilizers does not provide humus to the soil. And fertilizers, as we know, it is prepared in factories and it is expensive. But manures, it is very easy to make and cheap because they are just dumping the waste. They are just dumping the plant waste. They are just dumping the animal waste, and simply they are this will be automatically formed into manures, right? Is it expensive? It is very cheap. Okay, so These fertilizers, they are rich in nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus. So nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, etc. And these manures, they are actually rich in plant nutrients, but it is comparatively less rich in plant nutrients than fertilizers. Okay. It is comparatively less rich in plant nutrients than fertilizers. Okay. So these are the basic difference between fertilizers and manures. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, yes. Very good, very good. So, here's a question. Dash is the practice of planting a variety of crops in the same place, So consider this as a piece of land in the same place over a numerous growing season, alternatively. Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea of this? Can you please guess? Very good, Abel. Roshan, you can be more specific. Okay, the answer is crop rotation. The answer is crop rotation. Okay, so in this crop rotation, okay, if in a season, in a growing season, if the plant is wheat, okay, or if the crop is wheat, in the another growing season, this in the same piece of land, here this is wheat, okay, in the same piece of land, rice will be grown. Okay, but this is not the case, but I'm just giving you an example. Okay, this in the same piece of land, the growing of crops alternatively over numerous growing seasons. Okay, crop rotation. So this is the practice of planting a variety of crops in the same place over numerous growing season. Okay, can you please explain it again? Okay, I'll explain that now. Consider this is a field. Okay, consider this is a piece of land. If in one growing season, okay, if in one growing season wheat is grown here. Okay, this is just an example. This is not the case. Okay, if the crop is wheat. Okay, whole plants are wheat. Okay, and that growing season is lower. And towards the next growing season, in the same piece of land, instead of wheat, rice is grown. Instead of wheat, in the same piece of land, rice is grown. Okay, in another growing season. So this is crop rotation, rotating the crops. Why we are rotating the crops? What is the advantage of this crop rotation? What is the advantage of crop rotation? Because if the first crop is grown, when they are like when we are removing after the growing season, this soil will be nitrogen rich. This soil will be nitrogen rich, so that the next crop can use this nutrients. Okay, so that the nutrients can be used upon by the next crop. So that is the advantage of crop rotation. Is it clear? Someone have asked me to explain that again. Is it clear for? Yeah, okay, very good. Yes. Okay, so this is crop rotation. So coming to the question, which of the following is not provided to the soil by a chemical fertilizer? You can just answer that. It's very clear. Which of the following is not provided to the soil by a chemical fertilizer? Very good. It is humus. Humus is organic, right? What provides humus? Manure. Okay, humus is provided by manure. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, they are provided by fertilizers. Okay, it is not like by chemical fertilizer. Now, how soil gets affected by the continuous plantation of crops in a field? By the continuous plantation of crops in a field, how this soil get affected? Why humus? I didn't get the question, Isabel. Okay, like why humus? Okay, why humus means humus is actually not produced by chemical fertilizer. Okay, humus, this chemical fertilizer is actually man-made. Okay, chemical fertilizer is actually man-made. Okay, so this chemical fertilizers has these components: nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Okay, it does not have humus. Humus is natural. Humus is manure. It is natural. That is why this humus is not provided to the soil by a chemical fertilizer. Is it clear? Is it clear, Isabel? Yes, okay. Okay, I got the answer for the next question now. Okay, how soil gets affected by the continuous plantation? Yes, it's very correct. Because there will be lack of nutrients. Okay, there will be lack of nutrients. Continuous cultivation makes the soil poor in nutrients. So in order to make this soil rich in nutrients, we have to add manure or fertilizer. Okay, that is fine. That is how the soil gets affected by continuous plantation of crops. Continuous cultivation of crops makes soil poor in nutrients. Therefore, farmers have to add manure to the fields to replenish the soil with nutrients. This process is called manuring. I have already taught you about this. Improper or insufficient manuring results in weaker plants. Okay. Now, what is manure and how it is prepared? You already know that. What is manure? It is the organic substance made from the dead remains of plants and animals. And how it is prepared? The farmers can just dump these waste to the pits, and it will be turned into a manure. Okay. But yeah, they are prepared in field. Very good. Now, the next step is irrigation. I'm just going a little farther because we have a lot to cover. Okay. So irrigation. What is irrigation? What is irrigation? Tell me, what is irrigation? Yes, very good. It is providing water to the plants at regular intervals. This is the point, regular intervals. Okay, providing water to the crops at regular intervals is called irrigation. Okay, these are some traditional methods of irrigation: Dhekli, chain pump, mot, rahat. Okay, these are some traditional methods of irrigation. And there are two main modern methods of irrigation. They are sprinkler system and drip irrigation system. Okay, I'm just messing up it again. Okay, sprinkler system and drip system. Okay, what is the difference between sprinkler system and drip system? Sprinkler, drip. It's very clear from the word itself. Can you show previous slide? Okay, I'll show. These are the four. Srinidhi, is it clear? Traditional methods: Dhekli, chain pump, mode, rahat. Okay. Oof, I'm getting the answers. Students, you are very, very good. I am getting the answers very soon. Okay. So sprinkler system and drip irrigation system. So what is sprinkler system and what is drip irrigation system? In sprinkler system, there will be a perpendicular pipe. Okay, there will be perpendicular pipe, and this perpendicular pipe is attached to a main pipeline. It is underground, and at the top of this perpendicular pipe, there will be small nozzles. Nozzles means there will be small holes, and when the water passes through this perpendicular pipe under high pressure, what will happen? The water have to escape. Okay, the water has to escape. They are ready to escape through any gap. So through these nozzles, they are ready to escape, and they will be we can see it as some sort of raining. Okay, the plants or the crops get the water as in the form of a rain. Okay, so this is the mechanism behind sprinkler system. And what is drip irrigation? In drip irrigation, the drop of water, drip. Okay, you can remember like that, drop. Okay, the water will be the plants will get water at its root only. Okay, the plants will get water at its root only. Okay, that is the main difference between sprinkler system and, oh, I got an essay. Very good. Oh, that has a potential to serve water. It's from above. So place water directly into root zone. Okay, very good, very good. So this is the basic difference between sprinkler system and drip system. So what are the advantages of drip system of irrigation? What are the advantages? Water, will the water be lost? In sprinkler system, sometimes the water can be, or for the traditional method, what is the problem? First thing, it is manual. And the second thing, water will be lost. There is huge amount of water loss there. But for the drip system, there will not be like a single drop of water is not gone like easily. Okay. Every drop of water is precious. So this is a main advantage of drip system of irrigation. Okay. Accident is okay. It's there's not problem. Okay. Places like Rajasthan, yeah, in the drip system, it is a way to save water. So it is applicable for all places like Rajasthan. Yes, very good, Devwala. It is a very general information that you're given for all of us. So in places like Rajasthan, there is drought. So in order to save water, they can use this drip system. Okay, very good, very good. So it is the best technique for watering fruit plants, gardens, and trees. The system provides water to plants drop by drop. Water is not wasted at all, and it is a boon in regions where water availability is poor. Okay. Now, why traditional methods of irrigation are cheaper but less efficient? I've already told you it is done manually, in which canals are pulled by farmers using cattle and carried to the crop. It's very difficult for them. And it also results in uneven distribution of water. The water is not distributed evenly. It results in uneven distribution of water. And water loss is also very high. Yes, very good, very good. Now, the next step is protection from weeds. After irrigation, the next step is protection from weeds. What do you mean by weed? Or what is a weed? What is a weed? You can tell me, what is a weed? What is a weed? Unwanted plants. Yes, very good. They are unwanted or undesirable plants. Okay, like if you have a garden in your home, you can notice some unwanted plants growing here and there around your favorite plant. Do you like rose garden? Do you like rose plant? Do you have a rose plant in a pot? If yes, you can see that some weeds will be grown here and there, like around this rose. So what is the disadvantage of wheat? What is the disadvantage of wheat? What if the weeds are there in the soil along with our crop? Yes, won't get? Yeah, there will be competition between wheat and crop. What is the tight competition there? What is the tight competition there? For space, for sunlight, then for nutrients, then press for water. Okay. There will be tight competition between weed and crop for these things: space, sunlight, nutrients, water. Okay. So it is very important to pick the weeds out from the soil that is being grown around our crop. It is very important. And what is the best time for removing these weeds? Just before flowering or production of seeds. Before flowering. Why is it before flowering? Because before flowering of the crops, like we know that the weeds also flower, the weeds also produce seeds. Okay, so this will give, or this will result in another generation of weeds. Okay, this will result in another generation of weeds. The weeds won't get over, it will be continuously grown. Okay, so in order to avoid that, these weeds should be plucked, or these weeds should be removed before flowering. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Yes. Okay. So there is some tool for this removal of weeds. It is called kurpi. It is called kurpi. Okay. So anyone of you have seen this kurpi? Do you have that in your home, or do you have that in your field? Okay, Udipa, yes. Okay. So this is kurpi. This helps in protection from, this helps the plants from protection. Sorry, this helps the plants uh, for the protection from weeds. We can just use this kurpi and remove these weeds. And yeah, there is some other thing also. Weedicides. What are weedicides? Give some examples. What are weedicides? We have seen some a tool that is being operated manually only. Okay, there are some chemicals to remove these weeds also. They are called weedicides. The chemicals used for weeding. What is weeding? The removal of weeds. That is called weeding. Okay, so the chemicals used for weeding is called weedicides. Okay, chemicals. And there is an example, 2,4-D. That is dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. Oh, it's too long, right? Dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. You don't have to study the whole full form. Okay, you just remember 2,4-D. Okay. Okay. So 2,4-D. Yeah. So these are weedicides, the chemicals used for weeding, and one example is 2,4-D. Okay. Now the next step is harvesting. What do you mean by harvesting? What do you mean by harvesting? What do you mean by harvesting? I'm waiting for your reply. Collecting the plants. Yes. Harvesting is collecting. Yes, very good. The cutting of crops after it is mature. When the growing season is about to over, or when it is mature, this plants or the crops have to be cut from the ground. Okay, so this process is called harvesting, and traditionally the sickle is used for harvesting. Traditional method is sickle used for harvesting, and some other method also. This is combine. Actually, there is some like machine called harvester. Okay, so there is some machine called harvester that are being used nowadays. The purpose of harvester is the separation of grain from chaff. What is chaff actually? What is chaff? The outermost covering. That is called chaff. Okay, the outermost covering of the seed is called chaff. So the separation of grain from the chaff is done with the help of harvester. Okay, so and an example of a harvester is combined, that it is used alternatively. The words combine and harvester is actually used alternatively. So it is a little bit confusing. Okay, harvester or combine. Okay, and the process of separation. Okay, this process of separation of grain from the chaff is called threshing. Okay, this process is called threshing, and it is done by using combine. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Can I go? Yes. Okay. Okay, thank you. Now, there is another thing. This is called winnowing machine. Okay, this is called winnowing machine. What do you mean by winnowing machine? Actually, the farmers who hold a small plot of land, okay, they use this winnowing machine for threshing. That's it. For threshing, they use winnowing machine. That farmers who have a small plot of land, they use this winnowing machine for threshing. Okay. Someone raise a hand. Okay. Tell me if you have a doubt. Okay. So, the unwanted plants that grow along with the crops are called, not even thinking. Yeah, it's very good. Weeds. The unwanted or undesirable plants that grow along with the crops are called weeds. Very good. Now, the process of beating out of grains from the harvested wheat crop is called, I don't even have to answer this question. You all know that, right? Threshing. Harvesting is cutting off crops, but threshing is beating out of grain from harvested wheat crop. Okay, so threshing. Yeah, it's very clear that you are interested here. Okay. So the very last step is storage. What is storage? Just storing the harvested food grains. And why is it necessary to dry this harvested food grains before storage? Why is it necessary? Like if the moisture will be there, what will be the problem? Fungal growth will be there. Okay, if the moisture is still there in the food grains, there will be fungal growth, and it will leads to the damage of these food crops. Okay, and microorganisms, like the most favorable part of microorganisms is that they love this moisture and they will be flourishing in this moisture. Okay, so it is necessary to dry the harvested food grains under sunlight to avoid attack of microbes. If freshly harvested grains are stored without drying, they may spoil or get attacked by microorganisms, losing their germination capacity. Hence, before storing them, the grains are properly dried in the sun to reduce moisture in them. Is it clear? The answer is quite clear to all of you, because before the answer only I got the answer from you all. Yes, okay. It's clear. Okay. So what is this? Can you name this thing? What is this? Are you familiar with this? It is connected to storage. Yes. Correct. Silos. These are silos where harvested grains are stored. Okay. These are silos where harvested grains are stored. And also these harvested grains are stored in some area called granaries also. Okay, there are two methods by which this harvested grains can be stored, silos and granaries. Okay, very good. Now, the very last portion of this chapter, that is animal husbandry. Okay, so what is animal husbandry? It is the agricultural practice of breeding and raising livestock. That means we in our everyday life, we use milk, we drink milk, we eat egg, we eat meat, we eat fish, everything, right? Like we love honey. I love honey. This honey collection or honey like the honeybee breeding. Okay, it is all the part of animal husbandry. So animal husbandry is the agricultural practice of breeding and raising livestock. So what are the products? Can you just mention some of the products that are that can be get from this animal husbandry? Some products. Milk. Yeah, very good. Egg. Mutton. Do you like mutton? Chicken, wool, beef. Yeah, milk, egg, everything. Yes, what we eat, it's correct. So this is animal husbandry. It is the agriculture practice of breeding and raising livestock. So now we have come to the end of chapter. I hope this session is very clear. Do you have any doubts? Do you have any doubts? Do you have any doubts? Or your face is like smiling? Did this class help you? No doubts. Okay. Okay. Yes. So we will meet. Okay. Okay, I'll explain. There is not an issue. I'll explain animal husbandry once more. Animal husbandry is actually the practice of breeding and raising livestock. We like cattle. Okay, we will. There are a large. We can see a large farm with cows and all. What is the purpose of breeding these cows? To get milk. Okay, what is the purpose of raising these cows? For the purpose of milk. Yeah, so this we will get the product as milk from the cows. So this is an application of animal husbandry. Okay, is it clear? Like that, the poultry farming is also there. What I have told just earlier is cattle farming. Like that, poultry farming is also there. That is for hens. Apiculture is there. That is for honeybees. So there are lot many ways by which we can do animal husbandry. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Okay. So we have come to the end of the chapter. Is there any doubt? I'm once again asking. Is it clear? Is the chapter is clear? Did this help you? Okay. So all the very best for the exam coming, the upcoming exam, and we will have the next class soon. Okay. We'll inform about that. So thank you so much. Have a great night. Sleep. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much. Exam on 27th. Okay. So now it's like you have the confidence of attending for attending the exam, right? I'm sure. Yes. Okay. So go crack the exam. Thank you.